Does your child seem disinterested in interacting with new people and other children? If yes, then watch this video to learn how you can improve your child's socialization skills. Welcome back to the free Theory of Mind course I am giving you on YouTube. I have delayed in producing this video because I was a little stressed about my YouTube channel not growing so much because I'm not getting that many new subscribers and I'm not getting that many new comments. So my channel is not growing and that was bringing me down a bit. But I thought I should not give up because I already have a good subscriber base and I have to keep continuing. So if it grows or not, let's see. But I'm going to continue doing the work I'm doing. So coming back from the earlier videos, in this video too, I'm going to give you 3 tips on how you can help your child's socialization skills. But before we go into the tips, I just want to take a second to give you a note about teaching socialization skills. That is a little bit of statistics that says that 51% of the people all over are introverted and 49% of the people are extroverted. Why am I saying this to you in this video? Because you might see some children who are very overly social and you keep comparing your child to this other child and you might think that the child is very not liking to talk to people, she's very introverted, she doesn't want to talk to anyone. The fact is that half of the population is introverted and half is extroverted. So it's okay to be introverted, it's okay to be not want to talk to people all the time. But the child should also know how to talk to people when the circumstance arises. For example, in school, to make friends, or in the future in a job, and in different settings, a child should know to socialize and communicate their needs, feelings and emotions. So that is why it's important to teach socialization. But remember not to compare your child with the overly extroverted social child, and to teach in a way that is very inclusive of your child's nature and character. Tip number 1 is to start with 1. What I mean is, nowadays we all live in cubicle houses, we work in cubicle offices, we live in overcrowded streets, and there's not much of open space, open playgrounds, and not much of family gatherings or interactions with other people. So it's natural that our lifestyle itself is isolating us as a family. So you might probably be a nuclear family, some of you might be a joint family, but even then your child is only exposed to like 2, 3, 4 people, and they're not exposed to small groups and crowds of people, right? But when you suddenly take your child to a birthday party or you take them to some big family function and they're exposed to 50, 100, 500 people, and obviously the child is going to feel not ill-equipped to handle that situation. They might cry, they might not want to go inside, they might want to run away, they might want to stick to you all the time. This is natural because the child was not exposed to people earlier. So start with one person who is there as a friend or as a companion to a child and go from there. So to recap, tip number 1, don't expose your child to a very large group initially and expect them to socialize. Instead, expose your child to smaller groups, preferably 3 to 4 or 5 people, and then build from there. Also, for children with autism especially, it's very difficult to read facial expressions, to understand what the person is thinking, their intentions, their thoughts and feelings with even just one person. So start with one person for a child who's neurodiverse, and from there you build. So remember how when you were a child, you had certain friends in school, then you came home and you had certain friends in your flat or apartment or in your complex, and when you go out of station to your native, you had a bunch of cousins who you were close with, and you had all these groups of people. You had a social life as a child. So the tip number 2 is to build a social life for your child. So if your child has a delay and you're watching this, you're probably just too focused on taking your child to therapy and giving them all the special attention that they need. But it is also very much essential that your child has a typical traditional social life of with family, with cousins, with school friends, with flatmates, and all these people. So if it's very difficult for you to arrange that, the first thing I would suggest is to start near. What I mean is, find somebody who's nearby, who comes into the child's life often, and expose your child to this person, and for a period of time, let them both interact with your supervision. Be there, encourage your child to talk to this person, to interact with these persons and all. So this, it can be very simple. It can be a domestic helper who comes to your house, or it can be someone who comes to your house very often, or it can be neighbor's grandmother, neighbor's daughter, somebody who is there often in their child's environment, and they have opportunities to see this person, interact with this person. So find people like that and slowly grow your child's circle. Initially, you can start with the domestic help. After a few weeks, you can include the neighbor. After another few weeks, you can include neighbor number 2. After 1 week, you can include neighbor number 2's grandmother, then neighbor number 3's daughter. So you expose your child to these people. Set some time where you and your child interact with this person, and you help your child interact with them. This brings us to the third tip, is for you to assist in your child's social skills development with these said people. So what you can do is initially ensure that there is safety for your child and safety for others. So this you will make sure by never leaving your child alone with an unknown person. I think this goes without saying. The second thing is also, you should know that nobody is a threat to the child's safety in terms of hitting or shouting or pinching or screaming. All these things are not there. Once you've eliminated this, then you start with teaching social skills. So the first thing you want to teach is an interest in interaction. That's the most basic thing. So when your child has an interest to talk to people, then the rest of the things will come automatically. So how do we bring this interest in talking to the child? Most often, children don't show this interest because they feel that they don't have the necessary tools or the necessary equipment to interact with people, and hence people are not going to understand them. So it's better off that they play alone. So this is what they might have learned because of a communication delay. So when you have a communication delay and you're not able to get your thoughts out to people, and you're not exposed to how rewarding it feels to communicate with others, you don't know about it. You don't know how it feels, and you don't want to try it also. So as a parent, or if you're a therapist watching this, as a therapist, your job is to help your child feel this joy, to observe this rewarding nature of communication. So what you will do is you will assist them in very basic skills, like go to the video number 1 and 2. Whatever we spoke about in greeting, in asking for praise, all those skills, work it into this interaction time with this stranger. So you can ask them to greet, wave, say hi, say good morning as you pass them, or whenever you're interacting with them or playing activities with them. You can ask your child to clap for them, or ask your child to do something and ask them to clap for your child. So do these kind of interactive things as well. Play social games with the person and your child. I will cover social games in the next video. So use those games also in this time you spend with another person and your child. If you're finding this video helpful, make sure you like the video, and if you haven't, subscribe to the video. And if you think this might be useful for other parents, please share it in parent groups and to people you know. Bye.